Yo, what's going on, everybody? Thank you for checking back in. For those of you who are new, my name is Dave with everything in between. Today we have the Hercules miter saw stand. I'm going to cut out and I'm going to open this and we're going to go over all the features. We're going to put the miter saw on the stand, fix it up. But yeah, so let's get to it. Alright, got your manual. Has a bag of nuts and bolts, and this is probably to put like the handle and stuff like that on. And these are the, looks like hex bolts, and this is actually to put the miter saw onto the two supports. Something on here. Oh, there's a wheel under there, and another wheel right there. So there's a little bit of assembly. So I'm gonna get everything unboxed out, and then I'll come back. All right, so there's two. I don't have to bring you in close. But there's two black levers, and you just push it and lift the leg until it clicks. So if I just lift the leg, it's stuck. So you have to push the lever. And that's pretty nice because usually you have to just the push pins that you have to push with your fingers. This one actually has a lever that you push. With this side, until it clicks. Same thing until it clicks. You take off the paper or the plastic. So one leg has a where you can go in and out. So if you have if you're on uneven ground, you can unscrew this leg over here on the bottom, or this foot. Okay, and it'll help with the unevenness of the ground. So now we're going to turn it right side up like this. So as you can see what I got going on here, one bag will have all your nuts, bolts and washers for installing the parts to the unit. The other bag, I believe these are going to be for attaching the actual miter saw to the brackets that snap on to the actual horse of the unit. So you have your wheelbase and then your axle that slides in between. We're going to take that out and we're going to work on this piece first. And they do give you a hole here so that you can work on the bottom hole right here on the bottom, okay, because you have two holes to work through. So it says to use the small ones, which you do have 4 holes. So we're going to use the wheelbase with these bolts, these washers, and the smaller nylon nuts. So let's get started. All right, so by just putting my hand back here, it seems like it's gonna be kind of difficult, especially you have these push handles that help you push in the push pins. I may be able to get the first one, but the one in the corner, we're actually going to have to lift this leg and close it back and work with it that way. That's gonna be crazy. All right. All right, so I don't know if any of you guys received any kind of tools to help you put this on. I couldn't find anything, so I got me a wrench, and this is a 10 millimeter, and then I think this is a T25, a hex. So let me see if I can get back here first. Move this leg away just a little bit. Okay, I got that. I'm screwing it in. Okay. So obviously don't screw it in all the way until you get all of them in. That is the #1 rule of thumb. Okay, I'm not sure how I can get you guys closer than that without like blurring it out or getting all messed up. So again, I'm going to release the leg on this side. This one I locked back. These 4 holes match up with these 4 holes, and there's no holes on the other side. There's just 2 little extensions that come out where the handle goes, and you put bolts in there. So you should be able to tell how this goes. And the nut, let's go ahead and unlock and move forward a little bit. All the way through, and then let's get up. I don't even think I was recording. I thought I was. Maybe this camera's breaking. It's like freaking a decade old, or probably longer than that. And then just put it on the back, and then put your T25, and just turn. Hold it from, or screw it in from the front, hold it in from the back. Okay, I'm not going to tighten it down all the way. Do not leave this horse like this with this leg bent in. If you leave it, go ahead and lock it back in place. So those were the top ones. Now we're gonna get to the bottom ones, just right below it. I'll see if I can get a better view. So as you can see, hopefully there's the top nut up there, and the bottom one is actually right behind this leg. Okay, and that's the reason why I'm unclipping the leg and pushing it forward a little bit so that I can get my wrench back here. It opens up the space and I can get my wrench back there. I got my bolt with my washer on it. I'm gonna go ahead and release the leg, go forward. Okay, going to put it through, as you can see there, and now I'm going to use my hand to hand screw it on there first. All right, and now it's on there. It'd probably be nice for them to, although it does make the unit wider and they have to make a wider box to ship it in, but it'd be nice to already have this bolted so we don't have to be messing with this like this. But I mean, they have to make the box bigger, the price is going to go up, more shipping, so you know, I guess a little bit of time doing this on your own is not that bad. Put my T25 in the back, 10 million in the or T25 in the front, 10 milli in the back, and now I'm just turning it, holding it. All right. Make sure I don't go too tight. And now we're going to do the next one. So let me go ahead and lock the other one, and then we'll unlock this one here. All right, so I'm going to unlock this leg on the other side, pull it back, okay, and there goes the top bolt on top, and the bottom one here that I'm going about to insert. Boom. Just need a little bit more room. Here we go. And that one screwed on a little bit easier. Alright, hand tighten it first. And now gonna get our 10 milli in the back, T25 in the front. I really want to invest in some ratcheting wrenches and actually some better hex. Alright, so that's it. Going from the front, bolt and washer, and then your nut, your nylon nut in the back. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the camera and tighten these up, and then we'll move on to the next step. So that's what's left after doing the wheelbase. All right, so let's get to it. All right, next is putting the axle into the wheelbase. All right, run it all the way across. It's going to come out on one end on one side, the other end on the other side. So what you're going to use is you're going to use the two big lock washers that are left, or the lock nuts. You're going to use the two bigger washers as well as the two smaller washers. The bigger washer goes around the entire axle. Are you really going to do this to me? They couldn't put no little slit here to put my fingers in. It'll make me work for it, huh? Alright, so now you put your tires on. Doesn't matter which way they go. And we're going to slide it on. And now you put the smaller washer on this side, and then the bigger lock nut. Then you can do the same thing on the other side. Oh. Get the big washer, put it over the axle, and then we will put our wheel on. Then we'll put our washer, and then our lock nut, and then you'll just tighten them down at the same time. Alright, I don't have many wrenches, but this is a 13, at least for mine. Fits perfect, 13 mil. And I'm going to use these bad boys for the other sides so I can do them at the same time. Alright, this on my hands. Okay. Looks good to me. Alright. Alright, next is the handle. Okay. and we're going to use the two long bolts that are left with the two smaller nylon nuts that are left as well. We're going to put it in a downward face. We're going to put the long bolt through, and tighten it with the nylon nut. And since you're going to tighten this as tight as possible, not too tight, but just secure. It is a nylon nut, so vibrations and stuff shouldn't make this loose. It shouldn't loosen this nut. Looks like this is a Phillips screwdriver, and get our 10 milli wrench and tighten it up. And this one does not call for any washers. So there are two slits on the handle that are just pre-slit on either side, and I guess it's meant to tighten all the way, huh? Okay. I'm not trying to monkey grip it or anything like that. Just trying to make sure it's secure. And that's good. All right, next is the workpiece support. So on one side it has a hole, and that's what these two screws are. They're the same 10 milli head, and so that's going to face the outside. And I think this is the set screw, just so that it doesn't accidentally fall or fly out while you're going up and down. It stops you from having to slide it all the way out. Okay. I believe it's the T25 again. Okay. Am I in your way? Probably am. Just set the screw in there. That's it. No need to tighten it, just go all the way until it's flush. And that's it. So now that will prevent it from coming out. Okay. In case you forget to tighten it and you pick it up on the side and the thing shoots out and slides out, although I don't think it'll do that. There's not really much play there, but it's just a safety feature so it doesn't slide out and hit somebody in the head. Alright, so we're going to turn it around and do the other side. Alright, do the same thing for this one. Going to put in the support with the hole on the outside. All the way down. It's pretty common sense. You should be able to get it. I really need to get off of these this type of hex. I really need to get one of those tools, or even the one with a drill. Kind of just cut it off, put it in a drill. I have yet to do that because it can get to be a pain. Putting pressure at every turn. There we go. I'm assuming and hoping that this plastic is going all the way up and I'm screwing into the plastic. I'm hoping that's what's happening. It should just be a metal on metal screw that maybe goes all the way through with like a nylon bolt, but it doesn't. So hopefully that'll last over time. If not, we can modify it and drill a hole all the way through and put a nut on the other end, like a nylon lock nut for that. All right, so next is the mounting brackets. One mounting bracket. Okay. Other mounting bracket. And let's get set up for it. One thing to note is if your saw has rubber feet on the bottom, remove them. At least that's what the instruction, well, that's where it said on a sticker somewhere. Actually right here. It'll tell you. I've seen some people try to work around that or create a spacer or something like that. But it actually tells you right here, remove the feet from the saw before you're mounting it. That way it's not uneven. And then you just start getting lopsided and start messing things up. So we're going to measure our holes. And it is 19 1/4. 19 1/4. And they are the same on the back side. 19 1/4. So once we got the 19 1/4 figured out, so you're going to take one of your mounting brackets and we're going to put, they're both the same, there's no left and no right, they're identical. So you have a mounting bracket right here, and this is where this mounts onto. Both of the mounting brackets have a safety switch so that you cannot unlock this by accident. You have to push it in and then unlock it. Okay? And then it locks in. So push in the safety, open it up, and that loosens this grip side over here. And that locks in place just like that. If your saw is smaller or larger, move the bracket. You can take this off. Okay? There's a set screw in here. Loosen it up, and you can move this guide bracket left or right so that you can center your saw in the middle if you need to. And I guess we can do the other one as well. Has a safety switch. Okay? Unlock it. Okay? Front one on first. Flush it on the back. So now, before we lock that one, and that's 19 1/4 right there. The right one is secure, it's locked in. The left one is still undone. So what we're going to do is get the saw up here. Let's get our stuff ready, our bolts. And in the second bag, we have our bolts, which is again a hex head. We have 4 lock washers and 4 just regular flat washers. Okay, and that's going to go on the 4 corners of the miter saw. All right, so you're going to get your bolt. You're going to get your lock washer and then your flat washer. It's going to look just like that. Okay, we're going to get them ready for all 4 bolts. So from front to back of the miter saw holes is about 14 inches. So I think this is perfect. I'm going about 2 inches from the front, and then I'm going 14 from hole to hole. Okay, so hopefully that works out, and let's get this mounted up. So that's perfect. Remember, your right one is locked. I'm going to leave this one unlocked, and then that way I can scoot it in or out as much as I need. And so I'm going to find there it is. I got that one in. Okay. And then I'm going to find the back one. And then with my hand I can go forward and backwards. And move that piece. Alright, so this one's going to probably go back a little bit. Boom, I can see it lined up. Alright, so this is lined up. I gotta figure something out. This is orange and blue. It ain't mixing. Might have to give me a Hercules miter saw. I don't know, just saying. If anybody has one, they can give away, you know what I'm saying? Alright, so I'm gonna tap this. And see how I left them loose so I can kind of move the saw back and forward. And there it is. Alright. So the purpose of the lock washer is as you're screwing it in, if it ever tries to back out, the lock washer is twisted, so when it goes and tries to back out, it digs into the flat washer so that it does not back out and loosen up. So that's the purpose of that lock washer. Man, that ain't no T27. It's supposed to be backwards. This is a T. Man, these are backwards. I don't know what this number is. Maybe the T40? Alright, so now we're just going to tighten it down until it's tight. If I'm doing anything wrong, leave it down in the comments so I can fix it. But I still have this one unlocked, and I will wait because the right one is already locked. Doing something wrong by using this cheapo, I think it was like $2 on sale at Harbor Freight. But it was one of those I just need something now type things. So that's tight. I feel like if I do too much, it's going to break this plastic. It's tight enough to where it's not going to come out. Because that lock washer is going to dig into the flat washer if it does try. Okay? Put those attachments back in. And now I can lock that left one. In case you lose the instructions or ooh, this thing's wobbly. Let me read what it says. It says that these bolts are too long, okay, or too short, that you can use replacement bolts for those. And it tells you in the warning. I'll put it here. You can pause it. Boom, just like that. But these are perfect. One thing to note is if you have a very old miter saw with 3 mounting points, it's not going to work on this unless you modify it with like wood or something and attach it to where it actually has 4 points on the mounting holes for your miter saw. Some of the very old ones have 2 mounting bolts on the side and 1 in the center in the back. Now this is a very old miter saw. I've had it for many years, although I think it's still considered modern. I think a very old one would be like in the 80s or 90s, because we know those older tools last a very long time. So if you do have a very old one with 3 mounting points, just know it's not going to fit this, and you'll need to modify it or just get an updated miter saw for this miter stand or horse or whatever you want to call it. The great thing about the support brackets is that it pinches two sides. It's a corner clamp here, and it pinches two sides instead of just one side, rather than just going through the side here. So that is pretty cool. And you just tighten it and put your wood on there and roll it. Another nice thing is you have material stops here, but you can put your wood all the way to the edge here, and you can do continuous cuts. Just measure however much you need, and then set the lock it in, and then you can do your cut and bring in the wood, do it to the stop or right here in the stop, and you have a good equal cuts for every one that you do. So that's pretty nice to have. All right, I'm kind of rushing this because the guys doing my fence are pretty much almost done, so I'm trying to get through this quick. If I left anything out, let me know in the comments. So you do have locks. Open it up, you can slide it out. It is pretty sturdy. Lock it in place, and that's pretty nice there. You have it on both sides. Let's see if I have enough room for you to see me actually stand this thing up. Before you stand it up, if you see on this side here and here, these are 2 feet. They have like nylon feet on the end. Hopefully those are replaceable parts. I know Harbor Freight is now doing replaceable parts on a lot of their equipment and tools, so hopefully this is something you can buy extra as long as they make it. So what you want to do first is you want to bring this up a little bit, probably until you hit that set screw. We'll lock it in so it doesn't fall down, and then we're going to put one side down, and then we'll come over here, push the clip, push the clip, and now you can roll this baby around. Okay, so now with that workpiece all the way out, whenever you put it down, it sits straight right up, or right side up, or however you want to say. That's perfect. Now it does have some weight to it. It does have a 2-person icons on the box, but I mean, some people can carry it by themselves, but it does have some weight to it. But look at that, straight up, and you can just roll it around. Now this is made to store the saw on the stand. So don't think you have to take the saw off and then fold it up and put it in the corner. No more putting baby in the corner, on the floor somewhere or whatever. Now you can keep it on the stand, and that's why it has the foot. The support bar, or the material support, comes out, and now you can stand it up just like this. So we're going to go ahead and go like this, click it, push the handle, click it. We'll come over here just like this. Hopefully you can see me pretty good. And then we'll pick it up. And just like that. So It is pretty heavy with the saw on there. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, the older I get, I probably won't be able to do it. I'll probably have to take this off and back on. But the great thing about it is push the safety in, unlock it, push the safety in, unlock it, and now you lift it from the back first. Oops. And now I can carry it on the brackets, put it down if I need to, if I don't want to drop it while folding the legs or anything like that. So if you can't fold it with the wheels on this side is probably going to be a little bit heavier, then just leave the saw on the brackets, unhook the brackets, take it off as one piece, fold it up, and put baby in the corner somewhere. But when you go back and you open it up, all right, make sure that right goes into the bracket guide, and put the front in first and then push it down in the back, lock it in, and it's sturdy. This thing is not budging. I mean, it's sturdy, so it's pretty good. Pretty nice build. Or pretty nice build, pretty nice quality. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. You do have your lever on this side as well. Push that out. Push it back. It's flush here. Not sure what else to talk about it. You do have your stops. Again, if you want to measure equal cuts, you can use these stops here like that. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, so if you have any questions, if I missed anything, put it down in the comments. Like the video, share it if it was helpful for you. Thumbs up, subscribe, ding that little bell. We got more videos coming, especially with the equipment that's under you, which is the Atlas lawn equipment, mower, trimmer, the batteries, chargers, and stuff like that. So that's coming up next. So yeah, until next time, hope you're having a good day, doing whatever it is you do, and we'll talk to you later. Peace.